All right. Hi, folks. Special greetings to all of you from the Snow City inside Canada. As you are aware, today we have an important discussion with one of the known life coaches in Ghana who will be helping us to talk about the major challenges that sometimes we face in rising through our personal lives or in going through some of the difficulties that we encounter in our professional dispensations. And sometimes, as you know, life has a way of throwing unexpected challenges on our way. Sometimes we face setbacks that shakes our confidence, test our patience, and make us question our path. So it's always important that we have somebody who would give us how to deal with some of these setbacks that normally shakes our confidence. Today, I'll be doing this discussion with our brother Bismarck Tay, who is a known life coach and leadership consultant. So help me welcome my brother Bismarck Tay to Masego Empire. My brother, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well by God's grace, and I trust you are doing well too.
Oh, yes, God has been good unto me too.
Okay.
Okay, today we'll be talking about bouncing back, how to overcome setbacks and rise stronger. From your perspective as a life coach or leadership consultant, how will you explain setbacks to us?
Okay. Thank you, and good evening, good afternoon, good morning to everybody watching us live from any part of the world that you are watching us from. Uh, it's been it's a great opportunity to be on this platform, especially to my colleague teachers who would be on this call. My colleagues, because I am a fully trained teacher. I taught for so many years. Before I changed the phase of my teaching, I still teach anyway. So, especially to teachers on the call, uh, it's great to connect with all of you. Now, concerning setback,
Yeah.
a setback we can just briefly describe a setback as any occurrence, any situation, any issue that comes between you and the goal or target that you have set for yourself. Any issue, any obstacle, any circumstance, it could be um, artificially created, it will be naturally created, it could be a person's action. It could be an act of nature. It could be a person. It could be a thing. So any of this that comes in between you and then the attainment of your goals, such that you either don't attain the goal or objective at all, or you attain or achieve it only to an extent, but not the full extent that you had envisaged and planned that you were going to achieve. So we could describe a setback in life that way.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, based on what you have said, what are some common types of setbacks that people encounter either in their personal lives or on their professional career journey?
Okay, so over the last 15 plus years of professional life coaching,
Mm,
um, I I have observed and I have come into contact
mm,
and then with people having different setbacks,
mm.
and then my own personal life journey as well.
Okay.
Sometimes the setbacks are um, they come in different forms,
Okay.
Some of them, we recognize them only after the real causes of the setbacks had produced effects. So we tend to focus on the effects, thinking that's the setback, but there are causes. So I want to tackle it from the cause aspect.
Okay.
So sometimes the setback could be a knowledge gap or what we can call ignorance.
Okay.
So you want to set out to do something,
Mm.
you don't know much about it,
Mm.
and then you set out to do.
Okay.
You've not found information, you've not asked for information. So that knowledge gap
Mm.
will become a reason you may not attain the objective you want to attain.
Okay.
And so we will see the effect of that knowledge gap, maybe as failure, maybe as things not going, maybe as even the point of maybe people rejecting you,
Mm.
not because what you are doing is not good enough, but because you don't have enough information to shape the whole concept even before setting out.
Okay.
So, knowledge gap, or what we can call ignorance,
Mm.
can become a setback between you and the attainment of your goal. Then, two, I have seen would be resources, inadequacy of resources,
Mm.
or the running out of resources along the journey.
Mm.
So, yes, sometimes you have prepared very well, you've done your all your analysis, your thinking. Let's say education, for instance. You want to go for further studies, maybe a
Mm.
2-year master's, and you got the estimated cost of attendance, all of that.
Mm.
This is how much it will cost me, all of that. And then you set out. You have maybe made some savings. Then
Mm.
along the line, a 2-year program, in 2 years, a lot can happen.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe government, economic challenges of a country, inflation. And so the resources you had,
Mm.
which all things, if all things had been equal, you wouldn't have needed anything more. Halfway, you had run out of resources, or there were some other unexpected challenges that you needed to sort out. So
Okay.
money can become a setback. Then number three would be the support of people.
Mm.
I have observed, I have read, I have learned, and I have accepted that to achieve anything significant, extraordinary,
Mm.
no one can do it alone. You need the talent and support of others. Without people, you can only go as far as your individual strength and thinking can take you. And
Okay.
so sometimes the the unavailability of the right caliber of people who will join hands with us, even in pursuit of our personal goal, even for education. For instance, you start a program, and maybe one of the courses you are struggling with it, you will need somebody to help you. Maybe a colleague or one of your professors or tutors, lecturers. So even in the pursuit of personal goals, we still need people. So I use the word quality of the right caliber of people to join you.
Mm. Mm.
Sometimes you have people, some people that are available, but
Mm.
they don't have what you will need from them to help you. In that case, there is availability of human resources, but you still lack the human resources because the
Mm.
quality or the expertise, the experiences, the abilities you want from the people, you don't
Mm.
have. There are
Mm.
times where you don't have, there is no one available. You speak to this person, I'm not available, I'm not interested. You speak to this person, I'm not interested. A big goal, an audacious one. How can you go ahead alone? So sometimes that becomes a problem. When it
Mm.
comes to working with people, I've noticed that sometimes it's how we sell what we want to do to the people. Every human being is by nature selfish. We think first, we think more of ourselves than people.
Mm.
So unless you are intentional and deliberate, you could become a very selfish person without even knowing. But because by nature it's in us.
Okay.
When I say this, some people, I've met people who are like, me, I'm not selfish. No, 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 me, I'm not selfish. And then I ask a simple question.
Mm,
Today, did you pray? If you are a Christian or a Muslim or you are a person of faith, did you pray today?
mm,
And they will tell me yes. Okay. So how long was your prayer? Maybe 5 minutes. How many times did you pray for people as against you? Can
yeah.
you the time you use? Did you pray more for people than yourself?
Mm,
Just your morning prayer. And then they look at me. So by nature,
mm,
we are all selfish. We
okay.
think first and more of our interest. So
Mm,
if you want to elicit the support of somebody, you want to ask somebody to help you, the question is, you're asking the person to come and help you, support you. What's in it for the person? How will coming into partnership with you be beneficial to the person?
mm, mm,
What would I gain from it? Because everybody has some goal one way or the other. The
mm,
person you see, the most idle person you see, still there is something that person is working towards. And so
mm,
if you are asking that person to take some personal time off to give to you, what what is going to come from that encounter with you, that partnership with you, to him or her? So we need to think about this when we are asking things of people. And I have seen a lot of times it's just because people package the help they want to give, thinking
mm,
that, eh, especially if it's a non-profit something they are
mm,
doing,
mm,
that, oh, this is a good vision, everybody must come around, everybody must work, get on board. And so I don't need to say much, you just have to come. No, what is important to you is not automatically important to everybody else. And so that can become a reason some people don't get the right caliber of people to
mm,
help them. Then maybe number four,
mm,
for now, I think this should be it for now. Number four, types of kinds of setbacks could be our human weaknesses.
mm,
So your knowledge of who you are,
mm,
what you can do, what you can't do. And so it comes from even your knowledge base, the knowledge you hold in your mind,
mm,
the skills, the abilities, the talents you have.
mm,
Then also the reverse of this, what you don't know, the knowledge you don't know,
mm,
the skills and abilities you don't have.
mm,
So these two, everything we want to achieve, if you are setting out to achieve something, you cannot outgrow your thinking.
yeah.
So if your thinking is deficient, your results will be deficient.
Mm,
If your thinking is limited, your results will be limited. If your thinking is insufficient, if your knowledge, your skill set is insufficient,
mm,
your output, what you can do, will be reflected. This is where leveraging on the talent, the knowledge, the skills of others
mm,
can come in to cover up the gaps in your knowledge base and your skill set. So, where you don't have any of the people coming around you and you are going to be relying on only you,
mm.
then it becomes a problem. You can self sabotage if you have weaknesses that you are not aware of.
Okay, now let me ask this question. Based on this gap, the financial challenges, and some of these unexpected occurrences that you have alluded to,
Okay.
how can we build that resilient mindset to be able to overcome some of these unexpected challenges that will come on our way? And how can the process be initiated?
So it it first comes to the the foundational basis that no matter how well you plan,
Okay.
how much you plan,
Mm.
you don't have total, absolute control over everything.
Okay.
So, irrespective of your level of talentedness, experience, preparation, support based resources, the open mindedness that things could begin to change, certain factors that maybe we have not thought of, or we thought of them but not enough,
Mm.
or certain acts of nature, certain acts of other people that could impact the plan.
Mm.
So the openness to things could change.
Mm.
And so when they do,
Mm.
I will quickly rethink, retrace my steps,
Mm.
watch what is going on, re strategize, find the best possible way out, and keep moving. This is where resilience comes from,
Mm.
open mindedness.
Mm.
Because if you hold a closed mind that I have a perfect plan, some people will tell you I have only plan A. I
Yeah.
don't have plan B, I don't have plan C, I don't have plan E. Only A. The A, you don't control the world and everything in it.
Mm.
And so, if you don't have the open mindedness that things could go right or left when I thought they were going to go this way,
Mm.
certain other unforeseen circumstances could come and impact my plan. And so, as I am moving, when that happens, I will find a way around it. If it doesn't happen, hooray. So the open-mindedness, once you are open-minded, it's like you have opened the door of creativity and innovation to yourself.
Mm.
So anytime there is a problem, instead of going into shock, you have anticipated, although you don't have the answers, but you have anticipated that there could be a situation like this. So when it comes, you say, now this has come. Now, how do I do it? What do I look out for? But if you have the closed mind that everything will just go the way I want, when things don't go, you will freeze. Your mind will freeze because there was no expectation, there was no tolerance for anything to go wrong. And so when things begin to go wrong, the brain will freeze.
Mm.
It has no instruction. It had not been prepared. Your mind was not prepared. And so it becomes difficult for you to now turn around. Even when you do, it will take you longer to go through it than somebody who had an open mind that despite the good plan I have made, things
Mm.
could go wrong and I have to find a way.
Mm. Okay. You have spoken about shocks that are likely to happen, irrespective of whatever plans you have. Even if you have plan A, there is no guarantee that that plan is going to work. So if you have plan A and B, the possibility of anything happening is very high. So this made you to allude to the fact that there could be shocks. Now, if there are shocks, how do we react to these emotional uh, setbacks at their initial stage? How do we manage them so that the shocks will not be able to hit us to a stage where it will be so difficult for us to bounce back?
Okay, so again, the openness to things could go wrong,
Mm.
things could go sideways, that openness.
Mm.
But before even we get to the openness, um, they say preparation is like 50% the journey.
Okay.
So you watch your preparation,
Mm.
you take time to prepare.
Mm.
The thing about life goals is nobody is chasing you, nobody is running after you. You are not, I've said this so many times that sometimes we compete in no competition in life. You personal goals. I want to do this at this time. I want to be like this person. You give yourself unnecessary pressure and stress. Set unrealistic timelines for yourself. And some will tell you, I have to buy my first car at this, I have to marry at this, I have to do this, I have to do this, and strictly. Some people tell themselves, By the time I get to 40, I have to get A, B, C. So they are 38, and it looks like they've not even accomplished quarter of that, and then they go into.
You are just hitting the nail right on the head.
You see, you are really not competing with anyone. If you compete at all, you are competing with yourself. You see, if you have given yourself, the reason I'm tackling this from this perspective is that if you have given yourself some very unrealistic personal timelines, they are even going to affect your level of preparedness before you even start a journey. So let's say you tell yourself at the age of 29, I have to get married. You are 28, you have, let's say, 6 months more to be 29. And so you are telling yourself, hook or crook, I have to get married. So the next available, if you are a guy, the next available lady that you meet, okay, immediately you propose, the lady says yes. Within few months, ready, we are married, you start marriage. You get married without even knowing each other. And then you get into the marriage now. Everybody is now beginning to know, and you are like, this was a mistake. And then you start seeing the setbacks, a lack of preparation, which was due to the unrealistic timeline, the unnecessary timeline you have given yourself that forced you to act when you had not prepared very well.
Okay.
So, preparation. You prepare. After preparing, then you start the journey with an open-mindedness that although I have taken my time to prepare as much as possible, even along the journey, things could go sideways. Things may end up the way a little bit shifting from what I thought they would. But when they happen, I will learn. I will find the best possible way. So with this, the preparation plus the open-mindedness, when the setbacks come, your emotional response will not be as severe. The pain, the frustration will not be as severe as a person who was not well prepared, a person who had a closed mind. Such a person, when any setback comes, it will be disastrous.
You have just spoken about how we give unrealistic timelines to ourselves in terms of accomplishing our goals. The question I want to ask based on that is that, does self-reflection play any significant role in overcoming setbacks?
Of course, yes, self-reflection does. As for setbacks, whether we like it or not, they would come. Like I said, no matter how prepared you are, whatever, because no human being has absolute control over everything around him or her. Nobody. We don't. And that is how setbacks will come. And you see, one wise man said, if you fail to go within, you will fail to go without. If you fail to reflect on what has happened, you will go without, you will make losses. So when a setback happens, your ability to remain calm, your ability to reflect and think, rather than throwing tantrums at yourself. Sometimes we do it, insult ourselves. Hey, Bismarck, how could you be so stupid? And this and that. Instead of that, you ask yourself, why did this happen? What did I do? You trace your steps back. What did I miss? Was this setback as a result of something I have not done well? If not, where is it coming from? So you find the root cause of the setback. Now, how can I turn this around? Within me, what can I use? Around me, what can I use? Around me, who can help me? Where can I get help and support from? Is there something in the bigger plan? Maybe one of the goals I have to modify and change the timeline. Sometimes one thing is impacting another, which is creating a bigger shock at the whole system. So
Mm.
maybe there is an element in what you are doing that has to be looked at. So all this happening is reflection, self-reflection of what you have been doing, how you have been doing it, and at that time. That will give you insights into what happened, what caused it, what can fix it, how do I move on. So self-reflection, without it, um, dealing with setbacks, it's impossible. I naturally I am a calm person, but I am most calm, and this I have noticed about myself and people have affirmed. I am most calm
Mm.
when there is an urgent situation like an accident or a sudden situation that I had never thought of.
Okay.
I become extremely calm. I say nothing to take in everything and then begin to process. So that moment of calm, it helps me to to um, one understand and come to terms with the reality of the situation in which I am. What will cause it, and how can I get out of this strongly? So if you have a setback or an accident, a setback that didn't take time to happen, maybe a sudden one,
Mm.
and then without thinking, without reflection, you act, there is a 90% chance your actions, you will regret them later because they are not an informed action, which is a product of reflection. Reflection helps us to synthesize our thoughts and then say that of all these options, this is the best way. And so let me take this first step before this one. So reflection, we can't do without it in dealing with
You
setbacks.
you have just made reference to something so significant about you, staying calm when things happens around you. The question I want to ask based on what you have just said is that what mindset shifts do you think are essential for us to handle some of these setbacks that we're talking about?
For mindset, um, taking it from a personal perspective,
Okay.
I have a mindset that it's a borrowed mindset.
Okay.
I don't own it. That what cannot kill me will only make me better.
Okay.
Yeah. What cannot kill me will only
Mm.
make me better. So if there is a situation, as long as I am still alive and able to think,
Mm.
I'll be better. And then another mindset, closely related to that, whatever life throws at me,
Mm.
I'll find the best possible way out of it.
Okay.
You see, so with that mindset, look, in my small young life,
Mm.
I've also gone through quite a share of setbacks of life. And
Mhm.
the mindset of if it doesn't kill me, it can only get me, make me better. The
Mm.
mindset of whatever life throws at me,
Mm.
I will definitely find the best possible thing out of it.
Mm.
The mindset that I believe in the creativity of my mind,
Mm.
that I am a creative being. I am
Mm.
not a reactive being.
Mm.
I am a creative being, such that whatever is happening around me, I have the ability to think and create something new that can solve a problem. This mindset comes from a place of self-awareness, a level of self-awareness, to
Mm.
know that inside me is the ability to create to counter a challenge, to create to solve a problem, to create to get out of. Sometimes the creation process could take long,
Mm.
but you are still creating.
Mm.
So let me give you an example. About some almost this will be about 10 years at least ago. I was preparing for a 3 days intensive public speaking masterclass.
Okay.
I had registered participants from all over the country. It was going to be an in-person training.
Mm.
So 2 days before the training, I was working late in the night on my materials and everything, slides, everything. The workbook was done, slides, so going over all of them, such that I print them um, the next day, and then the third day will be the event.
Mm.
So I worked up to about 12:30 midnight, and then I slept off. I only woke up when I heard somebody shouting my name, Bismarck, Bismarck, wake up. And when I woke up, thieves had broken into my room. They took my laptop, everything I had done. They took my laptop, took money, took what, left and opened the door for other thieves who may be interested to come and join the party. So I woke up. I'm like, what happened? And then my friend was like, why is the door open? And then we saw that they had taken the laptop with a bag, packed the other things into
Thank you.
it. What was unnecessary to them, they threw them on the floor, including one of my favorite books, Think and Grow Rich.
Okay.
The book that would actually make them rich. They threw that, they left that one and then took and they left. I woke up when the reality hit me that okay, all my work, my preparation was gone. And at that time, I had not saved anything in the cloud. So I lost everything. And the third day, the program was going to come. So that morning, I went to the police station, reported. They asked me if I had suspects so that they could go. And I said, how can I have suspects? So I realized that the police, there was not going to be any headway. Sorry to anybody from Ghana police here, but that was my experience. So I realized, okay, so the morning I tried, how can I get these things back? Try to follow, go around and see maybe they had dropped the laptop somewhere. When finally I accepted the fact that the laptop is gone.
Mm.
So with the materials, everything I had prepared, they are gone. Now, Bismarck, are you going ahead with this public speaking? And now it's just the next day. Are you going ahead with it or you are canceling it? I said, no, I can cancel it. I take my work very seriously.
Mm.
Then how do you get the resources? So I came to my office. I start this way. There was desktop there, but there was nothing. Everything was on my laptop. What do I do? And then I remembered a line from this movie, Gifted Hands. If you are yet to watch that movie, I'll highly recommend it. Gifted Hands is the story of Dr. Ben Carson.
Okay.
Gifted Hands. And there was a time the little boy was struggling. The little Ben Carson was struggling with academics. The mother was always encouraging him, and she made a statement: the book is inside you. So that day I borrowed that
Mm.
and I said, Bismarck, those materials, they are inside. You created them.
Mm.
They are inside you. You can reproduce. And then I started. I recreated everything within that one day and then printed them. The following day, I was ready for my
Wow.
for my public speaking masterclass.
Mm.
So, as a lesson, and this is the thing, I'm sure we'll come there, but I don't want this to get lost. As a lesson going forward from that experience, I make sure if I have a session, a training, I get all materials, print everything, at least 5 days to 1 week ahead of time.
Mm.
And then I have everything in the clouds now. I don't lose anything. So you see, that the mindset of I am a creative being, it helped me to recreate. Without that mindset, I would have said everything was lost. How can I get them back? And then I would have gone ahead to say that the program cancelled or postponed when it could still be done.
Thank you so much. This is so insightful. Based on what you have just shared with us, how can we handle the fear that often accompanies setbacks?
For fear is an emotion.
Okay.
And if you truly want to be successful, you shouldn't be afraid of fear.
Okay.
You see, the fear of fear itself. We see you. What I'm trying to say is see fear as a normal thing.
Mm.
It's normal.
Okay.
Fear is a knowledge gap. What you have not done before, when you want to do,
Mm.
because your brain doesn't have, your mind doesn't have any experiences, any information related to that, it will entertain doubt and fear. Fear is an emotion. So when you are afraid, okay, why am I afraid? Why am I scared of this? It could be an interview. Why am I scared of this interview? Maybe you are not well prepared. Maybe you are going for an interview in an area, a job, an area, something that you are not really good at. Maybe there is somebody on the panel that you are scared of. It's an exam. Maybe you are going to write an exam. Maybe you are starting a business. Have you done your thing, your planning, your research? Have you found out well about? Have you asked questions those who are already running the business? Have you done your surveys, basic surveys, not anything academic? How well prepared are you? So when I say don't fear fear, I mean don't take fear too seriously. It's just an emotion.
Mm.
So when it comes, okay, why am I scared? Why am I afraid? You have failed. Okay. Now you have failed. You are afraid. Afraid of what? Maybe sometimes people are afraid of how they will look, how
Mm.
stupid they will look in front of others because of probably how they carried themselves,
Mm.
the things they have said. People are afraid of the other implications of the failure, of the setback. People are afraid, can I rise out of this? Is it possible? Will this be my end? People are afraid for many reasons. But the thing, I'm still repeating that, see fear as a normal thing. It's not only you. When I'm doing public speaking training, and I tell people that even the greatest speakers like Barack Obama, they still experience stage fright. People are like, nah, it's not true. And then when I tell them, even me, sometimes I experience stage fright. They're like, what do you mean? It happens. Fear is just an emotional response. You see, when you don't diminish the significance of fear in your life, fear will paralyze your thinking and your whole body.
Mm.
Once fear sets in, you will freeze and you can't do anything.
Mm.
But when you see fear as this is normal, everybody entertains fear. Even the greatest, the biggest businessmen, you are going into a new area, you would entertain some fear. Hey, with all this calculation analysis we've done, are we sure we are going to get the best things the right way? It's normal. So when you see it as normal, then you can interrogate the where the fear is coming from. What is triggering this fear in me? And when you are able to find the sources and the causes of your fear, then you can confront and do something about it. But without seeing fear as normal, when it comes, you will just freeze, you can't act, and that is it. Your setback will continue, you will fail and roll and roll and roll.
Okay, thank you. Before I ask the next question, the very first day I posted the flyer about our program,
Hmm.
there is one teacher who has always been on my neck based on the setbacks that he's been facing for, he said, about 7 years now. He had wanted to travel to United States of America. He invested so much into that, and unfortunately, it couldn't happen. So he's been battling to be able to bounce back. The question I want to ask on behalf of him is that what should he do, or what should somebody do immediately you encounter setback?
Okay, so immediately you encounter setback. If you feel like crying, cry.
Okay.
Let out the emotion. Especially, I'm talking to especially the men.
Okay.
Hmm? Especially in our African context, when they tell you from childhood that men don't cry, keep everything in. No, if you feel like crying, cry. If you feel like talking to someone, talk to someone, a friend, a family.
Mm,
Get rid of the emotion.
mm,
You feel like talking. Some people, maybe you listen to some music, find an outlet for the frustration that that became the byproduct of that came out of the failure or the setback.
mm,
Let it out. That frustration, that how tensed you are. But please don't go to drugs or alcohol, because that can become a habit and then can lead to a major setback that you will need to control again. So if you feel like crying, cry. If you feel like talking to yourself alone, talk. If you feel like talking to someone, talk to someone. Let out the frustration.
mm,
It's very, very necessary. Then
mm,
after that, sit down and reflect. Why did this happen? Trace your steps back. What didn't I do right? So you are looking at it from your perspective.
mm,
What are the other factors that resulted in this? You are looking for factors outside your control. Okay, after you identify what went wrong, then do I let go of this goal, or I still want to pursue it?
mm,
Why? Why is it important for you? Why? Because if your why is strong, then your action too would follow your conviction. The conviction is the why. So you ask your why. So, like our brother that you mentioned, do I still want to go to school in the US, just the US, or I can go somewhere?
mm,
If US, why US? Can I go? Can I get the same thing somewhere else?
mm,
If so, if yes, where would I want to go?
mm,
Okay, this time, considering what happened and I lost the opportunity and the funds and all of that,
mm,
what do I do next? Is this something I can? Did I use somebody? Did I rely on somebody who was not personally invested in the thing as I am? Or was it a scam? Maybe I got the wrong person. If it was not the wrong person, but the right person, okay, who else is doing this as a result? How can I limit the risk factors in working with another person? Okay, the whole process that I have gone through, can I do this on my own? If I can, would I need some help from some people? Who are the people that can help me? So I will take the lead on this myself without sending monies to somebody. But then I have, say, Bismarck Gisenu here. I could ask him a few questions. Maybe I could look for some people who share insights on studying abroad, follow them, watch, or get in touch with some people who have done it themselves, learn from them under their guidance, and gradually do it. Maybe instead of rushing to do it immediately this year, let me give myself a next year target so that I can be well prepared. So,
mm,
all these are conversations you are having with yourself. You see, this is the reason. Without first letting out the emotion, if you felt like crying, you cry. without letting out the emotion, you will not have the calm and the peace of mind to now do this honest self introspection and self communication. If you don't let out the emotions will cloud your judgment. Maybe even when you have to think, you are angry. You are angry at somebody. If you will not cry, you are angry. As for human emotions, they are like wild dogs. If you keep them in a cage for long, they are hungry.
Mm.
They will try every means, and if they are able to break the cage, then you can't control them. So you let out the emotion, and then you go through this process of talking through. I use our brother as an example. I hope this helps.
Exactly. Now, you have spoken about if there is a need to talk with someone, do.
Mm.
If you have to cry, you cry. I want to ask a question based on that. At what stage during the processes of, or at what stage should we seek for support, either professional or having a conversation with someone when we are this in facing setbacks? At what stage should that normally happen?
I would say ideally at every stage, even before the setback. So the preparation, whatever you want to do. I said it way earlier that I believe so strongly that no one can do anything extraordinary, significant in this life alone.
Mm, mm,
No one.
mm,
So don't be a lone ranger where everything you want to do it by yourself.
mm,
So even as you are, so I am going before the setback.
mm,
Mm, be willing, be open to working with people, to seeking help, advice, guidance, mentorship, coaching, then collaboration. Sometimes what you want to do, the business you want to set up, you alone, you don't have all the skills. Somebody is good here, somebody is good here. Bring 2 or 3 people, or just the two of you. You are holding this part, the other person is holding this part.
mm,
You are reducing the risk
mm,
as well. So go through. But if you've not done that, and then the setback happens, you know yourself to an extent. At any point you feel I can't take this alone,
okay,
talk to someone,
okay.
share it with someone. Look, there are times
Mm,
when you really feel I need to talk to someone and people are not available. Whoever you meet, talk. Okay?
okay.
A very exciting one is going to a place and meeting a total stranger who doesn't know you. Hmm? And then you are just talking. The thing is, you have to let out the emotion. The stranger is listening to you. This stranger doesn't know you. So, in terms of judgment, embarrassment, and all of that, it doesn't happen. Talk to someone. If the person knows you, then in that case, you have to be mindful. A person who will not judge you, come and use the information against you, and all of that. It has to be a trusting environment. But a total stranger too, it helps. Sometimes it helps. You meet people on a bus. Sometimes, on a bus, you will see the person is frustrated. Immediately, you strike just a brief conversation, and then they are telling you their problems, talking, and you will be there wondering. They are having free session therapy. It
Mm,
works. By the time they are done speaking, they have spoken to someone. They are
mm,
fine. They go back and they can now relax and think through the process. So we should do that. So that's why I said at every point, talk to someone. Even when you, let's say, the crying part, the release of the emotions part, you do it alone.
mm,
And where you are now doing your reflection to find why this happened, what could be done, no matter how well you do it, try and look for somebody. It could be a professional or a friend, a colleague that you feel is, for the lack of a better word, level headed, somebody who is objective. That's the word I was looking for. An objective person who could think through with you. Share with the person that Charlie, I went through this bad experience. I started this bad, it didn't go well. I've done some reflection, this and this and this is what I think. What do you think? It might not be a professional, but the person, an objective person, can also share some ideas or look at it from a different perspective and add to your perspective. Then the professionals are there, professionals like I, and then the other coaches and counselors you may have. You should get help from them. And if it's a business, aside a life coach, you could talk to a business coach as well, who could help you reorganize the business idea, and then you start again.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I think there are some comments or questions and what have you. I want to go through them and I take your closing remarks and we call it a day.
Okay.
Mr. Amevinya A. Victor is saying ignorance, lack of knowledge, financial difficulties, poor networking of people. God bless us. Then we have Alice Smith. It says, good work, bro. Oh, Mamaga, higher, higher. Okay. Apam inspires, he say you cannot outgrow your knowledge, surely. Okay. Edem Kofi is saying hi Bismate, long time.
Long
I,
time ago.
yeah. Oh, Clue Ajua Sefako is saying that's my big bro. Yeah, Sefako, I see you. Now she's saying that preparation, no one is chasing after you. Unrealistic timeline. The man is truly a legend. So someone is giving you this in
Thank
shout
you,
out saying
Adua.
you're a legend. Okay, Apami Spice is saying something. He said, from the way I planned my life from childhood, I was supposed to be living in mansion by now. So I think he was saying this based on some of the
Yeah.
unrealistic timeline that we give ourselves. And
Yeah.
so let me ask question based on this. Growing up, we were taught that we need to have plans for ourselves. We need to be visionary. We need to be goal realistic people, or we need to dream big. In doing so, we'll be able to chase after our dreams. Now, does it mean that some of these things are not necessary?
Okay. So, permit me to rephrase your question.
Okay.
On one hand, I am saying that nobody is chasing you in this life. Don't set unrealistic timeline. On the other hand, society, I'm a life coach. I work with people on goal setting and all of that. So should we really be setting goals or we should just live life like that? This is a
Okay.
question people ask me.
Okay.
There is one thing being a goal-oriented person who plans. There is another setting unrealistic timelines, strict timelines for yourself based on reasons best known to you. Unrealistic meaning even you see, you know that this thing
You can do
is
it.
not possible because look, there are natural laws. One of them is the law of gestation. It's a
Okay.
natural law, and the law of gestation states that things take time to grow.
Mm.
You, the human being, where you are now, you took time to be where you are. So, for whatever you want to become, whatever you want to do, the goals you are setting, they will take time to manifest, to materialize. It's like let's say even human life, before human life comes into the physical, where a
Okay.
baby is born, a woman must carry a seed for 9 months. No woman can say after 3 months of carrying a child or 4 months to say, I am tired. I told myself I will give birth in 3 months and 4 months. So I'm going to the hospital to deliver. Is that possible? That's an unrealistic goal.
Yeah.
So we need to be guided in setting the goals. Yes, you can't live your life without setting goals.
Mm.
But in setting the goals, be mindful that things take time to grow. Are you allowing yourself enough time for this particular goal for you to prepare, to work it out, for it to mature, and then it can start work. So this is where the unrealistic nature, and then the timelines, personal timelines we set for ourselves. I'm saying it again. Look, there is a lot of depression in our society today, especially among the youth. There is a lot of suicide cases, especially again among the youth. And a lot of it is because of certain timelines people set for themselves, that at this age, I have to do A, B, C. And then social media isn't even helping. People come to social media. Hardly do you find people putting their setback, their challenges, their problems on Facebook and others. It is the fake reality of success that people put there, and then it begins to cause, it begins to poke people as stress. It begins to trigger stress in people, and so people also feel this and that. I was having a conversation with a friend earlier this month. He will be 40 years next year, and he was telling me he was going to be 40 years, but he really can't see the things he has done, all the plans he had, none of them. And then exactly a week ago today, there was what people call the biggest birthday party in Africa. That happened right here in Accra,
Yeah.
where all the top celebrities from all over the continent gathered. So he was like, look at somebody's 40 years.
40 years.
You see, look at somebody's 40 years, and look at me. Next year, I'm going to be 40. What do I have? What am I going to, even now, birthday party, how will I even? And I said, look, my brother, if there is any consolation, see that birthday party, the biggest birthday party in Africa, it will last for 10 years. So from now until the next 10 years, all those who would attain 40, this guy had done the birthday party for all of us. So he shouldn't stress himself about it. But you see, we are laughing about it, but this is a serious issue.
Oh,
And
yes.
so those listening, I am not asking you not to be goal-oriented. I'm not asking you not to be ambitious, to want to create something big for yourself. I am not asking you not to do that. But I am asking you to be realistic with the gestation period for your goals to happen, and to be open-minded that maybe this will be my closing remark, because you had asked me and I see it's past 8. And to be open-minded that no matter how well your plan is, no matter how beautiful and great the goals are, there are still factors ahead of you that you have no control over.
Oh, yeah.
And those factors can impact your goals. When they do, don't be strict and say, this is the goal, this goal I want. It's either this or nothing. And then you begin to struggle with a lot of things. You can alter the plan. You can change certain things. And don't set your goals because you have seen somebody else setting it. I am one person. All those who have been very close around me, they know that I compete with absolutely no one but myself. And my competition is this: I want to grow every day. So even if I try something and I fail, I would have grown through the process. I would definitely learn something. So the question really is not, am I attaining my goals? It's, are you growing? The goals you have at age 40, you want to be here, you want to be in your mansion, you want, the last 5 years, have you grown in mind, in skills, in abilities? Are you growing? Once you can see yourself growing, because growth is also a process.
Yeah.
So don't give yourself unnecessary peer pressure, and then people's goals becomes your goal. You want to be like them. No.
Okay.
I'm really asking the people on this call, yes, be ambitious. I am. But then when you need to slow down because conditions are not being favorable, slow down, re-strategize, and come again.
Okay. Thank you. And come again and try
Yes.
again.
Yes.
Someone is asking, he said, please, Bismarck, I need your social media handle if there is any.
Okay, so my social media is just the name, Bismarck Day, on Facebook. Um, there are a number of them, but the one it's a verified page. So Bismarck Day, Instagram Bismarck Day, um, TikTok, all of them, and then my website is also bismarckday.com. So you can reach me on all this.
Okay. Now, Mr. Bismarck, Senior Bismarck, my last question to you is what advice will you give to someone who is currently going through some personal setback right now? The person might be listening, the person might come and watch this discussion later. What advice will you give to that person? And this advice should be your closing remarks.
So the advice I'll give, what I'll say to the person is, you are not alone.
Okay.
A lot of us, a lot more people are also going through one setback or the other. You are not alone. And the setback is not a judgment on you. It's not a judgment on who you are, what you can do, or what you can be.
Mm,
A setback is not a wall that you can't go further. It's not a wall. It's like a hurdle on the relay. What's the name? This hurdle running, the athletics. It's a hurdle. You meet it, you can see the hurdle and turn your back, or you jump over
jump.
it.
Yeah.
So a setback is not a wall. It's just a hurdle that you can jump over, or you push it
Mm,
and then you go. So whilst you are going through it, the pain, the frustration, the emotion, the anger, the every emotion you are feeling is right.
mm,
Cry, yes, cry, but then get up again and then reflect. Take time gradually. Don't rush that process. If it takes
mm,
you one day to do it, do it. If it takes you 1 week, go through all what has happened one by one, no matter how painful it is. Go through it one by one. Ask yourself, what did I do right? Start from
mm,
what did I do right? What could I have done better?
mm,
What didn't go well? Um, what are the factors beyond my control? Maybe people's actions. How did people's actions um, natural causes to this? So
mm,
reflect, go through all this thinking. We've said it, all this. And after reflection, whatever you have, share with someone, an objective person, a friend, a colleague at work or school, or you talk to a professional. Then all the lessons that you have learned, now you don't stop there. You take it back, go back into the ring. Don't stop. Take the lessons, go again, try again,
mm,
go and hit. When you meet the hurdle, when you meet the setback, look at it and say, by you, I met your brother a while ago. You too, you have come. I will overcome. And that
mm,
becomes the fighting spirit that whatever life throws at me, even if I don't win, I will be better. I will learn
mm.
something from it. And then I will keep trying until I get a better outcome.
Thank you. There are a few remarks that would be unfair if I didn't read them. John
Okay.
Bosco Akotia is saying, big mentor Bismarck. Queen Kalini is saying that what cannot kill me would make me better. Thank you. Then Bismarck Irvin Echa, I don't know if I pronounce his name correctly. He says, a decade ago, I visited Mr. Bismarck Tay at his office inside Gulfco. I don't know if you know the Bismarck. He said he visited you inside your office in Gulfco.
Okay.
Uh,
I
now,
see.
Mr. Fenuku Joshua Josvik is saying that how to handle setback. We handle setbacks by staying positive, learning from mistakes, adopting strategies, seeking support, staying persistent, maintaining self care, and viewing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than failures. Okay. Resilience leads to success, my opinion. Thank you.
Yes,
Uh,
thank you, Koniko.
yeah, then John Bosco is saying that the law of gestation states that things take time to grow. My takeaway. Thank you, Bosco.
Good to hear from you, Bosco.
Yeah, Bosco. Yeah, Bosco. I miss him. I miss Bosco. It's been a long time. Bismarck is saying that we planned, but here we are hustling to pay for our own fees without family support. It's only when there's little support that we could perform at our potentials. Then Josvik is saying something again. Oh, this just okay. Josvik is saying that is setting goals or planning necessary? Yes, planning and goal settings are important because they provide direction, motivation, and focus. Even if things don't go as we plan, they help us to adapt, learn, and make progress towards success. Okay, thank you, Josvik. Oh, then Mark, is it Kojo Adade? The
Hmm.
last 5 years have been, no, the last 5 years, have you grown? This is a very good question we must ask ourselves, Mr. Bismarck. Okay, Mr. Bismarck, is my, excuse me, please, the things are jumping. Okay, Mr. Bismarck is my man and a mentor that I really admire. Okay, may God continue to bless him. Regards from Mr. Adade, Norway. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, I know him. He's joining us from Norway. Mr.
Norway.
Mark, Mr. Daddy, thank
Yeah.
you for your comments. Good to hear from you. Greetings to the family.
Okay. Okay, Adade again. Then me Elam Golo. Okay. Let me see. Why? My
Where is
messages.
Elon Golo?
My
You didn't know that. Okay.
it's yeah, Elam Golo. He said, thanks so much. Always on point. Keep the spirit.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Golo. Great to hear from you.
Oh, they say Mr. Adade is saying that a Covenant contractor team send their regards as well to Mr. Bismarck.
Thank you. My greetings to the team as well.
Oh, okay. Today we are hearing a lot of teams. We need to form more teams. John Bosco, we need to form a team as well. Okay. Thanks so much, our viewers or those who will come and watch later. Thanks so much for making time with us. Some of you started being with us from the very first minute we began till now. I appreciate it so much. It's our expectation that next time, who knows, Mr. Bismarck may be here to share his life-changing strategies or planning strategies. No, let me put it this way. You shared your personal experiences with us. You've taken us through your professional uh, perspectives. You've given us some solutions to some of the challenges that we might be going. And I like what you have said as your closing remarks. You are not alone. We are in this together. Thanks so much. I'll meet you on the other side.
You're welcome. Thank you too for what you are doing, the effort you are putting into growing people. God bless you, and thank you to everybody who watched. It was great to hear from you, and let's keep learning, let's keep growing, and let's keep doing great things.
Mr. Daddy is saying
Hallelujah.
that when is the next meeting?